Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll take a look at how we can install Kali Linux on VirtualBox. Now I have a VirtualBox open, and before we begin the installation, we'll need to download the ISO image. So we'll just open a browser and search for Kali Linux download. And then just go to kali.org. Once we get to this site, we can scroll down a little bit. And then you get to this option here where we have the installer. Okay, it also shows us the version of Kali Linux. So currently it's 2025.4. Now to download, just click on this here. That should begin the download. Okay, so it's downloading. Now given the file size, which is quite big, 4.4 GB, it could take a while to download. Now I already downloaded this file, this ISO image, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel this. Once we have the ISO image, we can proceed with the installation. To install the virtual machine, you can click on New here, or you can go to Machine, New. And then here, just name your virtual machine. It's going to be Kali Linux. Okay, 2025. Then select the folder where you want to install the virtual machine. You can attach the ISO image, or you can do that later. Now the OS is Linux. The OS distribution, you can see what options we have here. Now I'm looking at the list. I'm not seeing Kali Linux, but I know it's a Debian based, so I can select you can select Debian here. Here we have other Linux as well, so I'm just gonna go with Debian, and then the version is just selected for me. I'm just gonna leave that as that. Let's look at the hardware options here. The memory, based on how much memory you have on your host machine, you can increase this. You can also look at the specifications for the Kali Linux virtual machine or Kali Linux machine, and then determine how much you want to give your virtual machine. Now the CPU, I'm just going to increase this also. Next, let's look at the hard disk size. So by default it's selected 20. I'm gonna go with 40 GB here, and everything else I'm gonna leave as at default. I'm gonna finish. Now this is the virtual machine. I'm gonna right click on it and go to settings. Because we didn't attach the ISO image, we'll need to come in here to attach it. Now let's go ahead and look at the settings again. So under general, we have again the virtual machine name. The features here, you can select the option for drag and drop and for shared clipboard with the host machine. You can do bidirectional and bidirectional. Okay, next system. I'm not using a floppy here. I'm going to select this and move it up. Okay, again, here you have the memory. This is where you can increase it or decrease it. Next, we'll look at display. You can increase your video memory here if you wanted. Storage, here is where we'll attach the ISO image. So right now we see it says empty under the disk here. Here you can click and then select choose a disk file. Navigate to where you downloaded your ISO image. Okay. So this is it right here, 2025.4. So select it, click open. Now it's attached. I'm also gonna look at the network here. I'm gonna use the bridged adapter, which should allow me to access this virtual machine from other systems within my local area network. Everything else I'm just gonna leave as is. I'm not gonna change anything else. I'm gonna click OK. Now we are ready to install the virtual machine. It's selected. I can click start. Okay, now it's got the graphic install option highlighted. Just press enter to select that option. So here is where you select the language. I'm going with the default English. Click continue. You can select your location, continue. And here we have to select the keyboard layout and then click continue. On this screen here, it's asking us to enter a host name. So let me do continue. You can put a domain if you want, domain name. So here we have to select a user account. I'm gonna do continue. Okay, so it's got as the username. I'm just gonna go with that, continue. Now you need to set a password for the username. So put in a password for your user. Re-enter your password. then click continue. Now we can select the region here. So based on your region, go ahead and select it and then click continue. So here we'll need to select the partitioning method. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the default here, which is guided, use entire disk. Click continue. And then this is what it's showing here. So there's no other option. I'm just going to go with that. Click continue. Okay, here you have the option to select the partitioning scheme. You can have all the files in one partition, or you can separate them. If you know what you're doing, you can select these other options. Otherwise, the first option is the recommended one. We can use that. Click continue. Okay, and now it's just gonna show you the partitions that you will get. Okay, and so all you have to do is accept these settings and click continue. Then here it's asking you if you want to write the changes to disk. Yes, these are your partitions right here. Continue. Okay, now it's installing the system. Now the next steps are going to take a while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video recording and come back if I need to input anything. On this window here, we have the option to choose software to install. We also see the desktop environment, the default. Okay, you can go with the GNOME if you want it, or this one, but this is the default one. Okay, I'm not going to make any changes here. I'm going to go with the default again. Click continue, and then I'll pause the video again. So here it says install the grab bootloader, and it's giving you an option of no and yes. Yes is the default, and we do want to install it, so we'll leave that as yes and continue. And then there's this option here. You have to select where you want the bootloader to be installed. So the first option is enter device manually, or you can go with this option. So I'm just gonna use the down arrow key and then select this option right here, the disk, and then click continue. And now it's installing the bootloader, and it's finishing the installation. So the installation should be done anytime now. Okay, so the installation is complete. We can reboot by selecting continue here. So you can press enter or click on continue, and you should reboot. Okay, we have the login screen. So just input the name of the user that you created and then the password. Okay, so right now we have a scaling issue, which can be fixed by installing the guest additions. So I'll do that in my next video. Other than that, we do have a Kali Linux installed. You can open the terminal and verify a few things on it. For instance, you can verify you have a valid IP. You can do IP address here. I do have a valid IP. You can verify you have internet connectivity using ping. So I'll do ping-c, 3 pings to google.com. So I sent 3 packets and received 3, 0 packets lost. Okay. You can right click, preferences. If you wanted to increase the font size, you can change here and just increase this to a different size. Click OK. Then you can check the version. Cat etc OS release here. Release. As we can see, the version is 2025.4. Okay, so in my next video, I'll show how we can install these guest additions, which should fix the scaling issue. So that's all for this video. That's how you install Kali Linux on VirtualBox. So I hope this information has been helpful. I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.